even if just for 4 people,
oh yeah,
we did something good for the world.
Yeah.
Even if it changed just 4 lives, and I'll take it.
Scene C. Shot 1. Take 1. Mark. This take's going nowhere. This take is staying with us.
I know you're gonna sneak it in, so
No,
don't
not.
say that.
it's fun.
There, you're laughing.
Hello, my name is Brandon Elliott, and I'm the founding artistic director of Choral Arts Initiative. Our vision is to be the world-class destination for new choral music. For the past 14 months, our voices have been silenced, but we have been anything but still. We've been looking inward to ask tough questions, re-examine our values, and reaffirm our belief that choral music is the most demonstrable example for community. We have also been preparing for a return to in-person singing, something I know we can all look forward to. In this video series, we're excited to reintroduce the organization, as well as a piece of music which was just days away from a premiere before the statewide shutdown in March 2020.
Camera B lock.
Sound speed.
Mark.
When we were inching into the closure and getting the call from Brandon saying this rehearsal will be our last for quite some time, it was something that felt final. It felt cut and dry. This is probably going to be the one take that we have of this work that I have put 2 or 3 years of time into, passion into, relationships into. We didn't know what we wanted to capture. Do we want content so that it can last us a while? Do we want a full take? Do we want a rehearsal style? Do we want this to be the premiere? We just didn't know what direction to go into. And we really just wanted to capture the music above anything. So our small team got together, put on something that looks like a concert, looks like a premiere, because we didn't know if this was ever going to happen again. And so starting back up now, with all the planning from our team, from the singers, behind the scenes over the last 14 months, this feels like the moment. We are the moment right now. We are starting something, not from scratch, but where we left off exactly, and with a better vision of where we want to go.
Singing anything with a group of people, you automatically get connected to it. And I think since we all know Jeff and we're already like in it, so singing something that came from someone that we love and care about and could bring it alive and breathe music into, it meant a lot. Looking forward to sing in the same room, breathing the same air. But I think just watching him work so hard on something so beautiful, I'm so happy to finally see it get legs or sprout wings and become something. I think this piece has gone through a lot of different phases. So there's been a lot of different ideas that have come and gone, but I like the idea of it being close to home, something that, we've all seen and heard about, and it's not as much fun because I'm staring at a camera, not, with my colleagues or with people. So it's just completely different. It's crazy to me because I, was there with Jeff when he was like thinking about this piece and thinking of like what it's going to be and what he wants to do. So being there to being here, like interviewing about it, is just amazing to me.
Does it feel like a step back or a step forward?
Step forward, 1000%. Yeah.
I mean, we're coming back. Things are looking up, I think. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long wait, but I don't know many choral pieces that do this in this way. I mean, it's sound healing and it's meditative and it's introspective. This complete journey through yourself. It is a communal piece. It is so personal, I think, and I'm very excited about that aspect of it. It has tension, it has pull and release, but it makes you sit. It lets you sit, but it also makes you sit in a still moment.
That for tonight's program, or something like that.
Basically memorized it because
Yeah.
that was almost word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tall order for any single concert to achieve.
And we love to pair the concert with a break into a reception where then conversation is had. Like the second part of the story is connecting with their audience.
Yeah.
Get that quote down. I'm just kidding. It's so exciting to start just this process of introducing the work, introducing Choral Arts Initiative in a new way, and bringing the music back to life that hasn't been heard before. And definitely in a time when we need music, we need nature, we need connectivity between people, we need to start conversations, we need to listen to music and also perform music.
It really is astonishing to me that From Wilderness was the piece that we were studying before everything happened with COVID. And so I feel like we have, in a certain way, like one shot to do this. It's so final. I really want people to be in love with it as much as I am, and as much as I know that the composer is and this organization is.
Well, can you walk me through that last rehearsal?
Frankly, no one really wanted to talk about what was going on, and no one really wanted to talk about whether or not choral music would ever be the same, because we just didn't know what was really going on, and we didn't know whether to be scared, and we didn't know whether to be hopeful. And instead we just sang and made music and did what we know we had control over in that moment. It was really great to be able to do that with such an amazing group of people and bring to life a work that was so meaningful to us back in March. Now thinking about us all coming together again to perform that as different people, cherishing this text a little bit more and being able to live with it so much longer, bringing more things to it. I just can't wait to have these conversations with the artists and hear what they've been through and gain some more perspective through their experiences over COVID the last year. We just really want to bring it to life as best we can.
The last rehearsal that we had was so strange because it was at a period where we still didn't know a lot about COVID. We didn't really understand why everything was closing, and we thought we were still going to be able to put on at least a limited audience performance. We still thought there was going to be a performance, and then when Brandon told us at the beginning of the rehearsal, you know, there is not going to be a performance, at least not now. I don't know, it's just, I had been telling my friends about it for so long, and we had been told several times, like, no, this is still going to happen. So just at that moment, it was kind of like, well, that's it. You know, we don't get this. And I think over this last year, that's what we've all been forced to do, since we've had so much less than we usually have during quarantine. We've had to make the most out of what we could. We had to squeeze the life and the beauty out of whatever little thing we could. I think that, like myself, a lot of other people have reconnected with nature. Now we get to share these texts of these explorers.
From Wilderness is the creation of the time and passion and creativity that has come out of this relationship with Brandon, the choral artists, and the music, and all the composers we have brought into our family over the years. I am so excited for you to listen to this music, to experience this music, reconnect with us as an organization, as people in our community, as people who want to share music in a way that's not only informative or an experience, but that is transformative. This is music that can really change lives in the sense of finding inner peace during a time that we had no peace.
What are your ideal plans in the next 6 months?
Ideally, we release these videos. We start a studio recording of From Wilderness sometime in August or September, and we work in post-production on that throughout the fall. And then we premiere in person, unmasked, with audience, a full audience, in the spring of 2022. and simultaneously release that album.
And have any of these singers reached out with interest to bring this piece back to rehearse in person?
Yeah, I would say the majority of the singers that were a part of the initial plans to premiere this piece back in spring of 2020, almost all of them are still standing by waiting to bring this piece to life, because even back in March of 2020, it was never that the performance was canceled, rather that we're just moving the premiere date to when it is safe to do so.
I see. I love it.
Great.
Yeah. That was perfect.
All right. I do not remember the rest of what I'm about to say, so thank you so much, and thank you for choosing Choral Arts Initiative.
Perfect. I love it. All right. Good.
You've heard from the choral artists, the composer, and myself, and about how excited we all are for From Wilderness. If you want to learn more or support this project, please go to choralartsinitiative.org. You'll see now I'm in the living room of the composer, Jeffrey Derus, and in this next episode, we're going to take you further behind the scenes of the creative process. Thank you for giving your time to watch this episode, and we'll see you for the next.